Hey everybody, today I have something pretty new here, probably something you haven't seen yet in Best of One, or maybe you have, I don't know. But this is a deck list that was heavily inspired by one of my viewers, Kunst, who was doing pretty well with the Mardu deck in Best of One. And that kind of inspired me to give it a shot and see what the hype, quote unquote, was about. And it did pretty well. It has some glaring faults, as in like the mana base is not great, and obviously just the natural variance of like getting mana screwed feels terrible. But that's just Best of One. It's not really a fault of the deck, but you can definitely say for sure that this deck's mana base is not what you want it to be. But for that reason, I had to build it in a different way. So I took that into consideration. Essentially, what I did was I really tried to focus on the white cards and made sure that those cards were the majority of the deck. That way I can focus on one color over the other colors. And then obviously second most popular color in this deck, most important color would be the black. And then the red being the least important. Try to like make sure I had a tiny bit less red sources just in case. But yeah, it is very awkward. The mana base is awkward. But yeah, otherwise this deck's power, in terms of power, is like top tier. Like this will, on paper, if everything goes correctly for both sides, you will beat soldiers, you will beat mono red, you will beat up on the whatever controlling decks, just because this deck has an insane amount of card advantage with the overseers, the mirror breaker, harvester, the loot away cards, paragon, the Gixis command as well. Like there's a lot of grinding you can do in this deck. There's also a lot of really good anti-creature things you can do with the Archangel of Wrath, of course. So essentially, baseline, this deck is about casting good creatures that have some sort of synergy with each other. All in all, the angel package basically that works really well with Giada and with Serra Paragon, because Serra Paragon can bring back the Overseer and the Giada, and it can bring back the Fable that has really good synergy with Serra Paragon as well. Cathar has really good synergy with Paragon. Bloodtithe Harvester, essentially everything has synergy with Paragon. So it's fantastic. And Gix's Command has proven to be one of the best cards in Best of One overall for any black deck. That's really something I'm trying to lean onto. I think we're playing 24 lands. Yeah, I was at 26. Felt like it was too much. Went to 25, started flooding again. Went to 24, started getting mana screwed. So I do not know exactly what the land count is supposed to be in this deck. It could be 20, 25, I think, and just cut the loran because this was a last minute addition. So there's some room to innovate here, but we're going to play a few matches here and we'll see if anything needs to be shifted around. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the games. Let's get it started. All right, I've lost a lot of ranks with this deck specifically, but not to the fault of the deck list itself. Just pretty much losing like 5 games in a row to like crazy variance, and I actually rage quit the stream as well. So that was a fun one. I got super tilted. Like when it reaches absurd amount of losing streak nonsense, then I can't take it anymore. I have to like take a break, come back later and hope that everything goes well uh, the next day, pretty much. So yeah, we're back. We're on the play. Really good hand, good mana. We're not getting screwed by the tap lands. We had turn 1 tap land, turn 2 untapped, 2-drop, 3-drop. It's looking pretty good here. We have the Loran, which is still in testing. This could be a land, so something to consider for sure. I do feel like overall the land count should be good at 24, but there's definitely some variance there. It's difficult to say for sure. I'm gonna play the music because I have something running in the background here for background noise, so it might be a little bit problematic, I guess. Might as well have something going. Yeah, let's play the Overseer. And that will be about it, I think. I don't think I want to Brutal Cathar that, because it has to attack to do anything. Other land, alright. Could also play this Giada to get a 4-4, which is something I'm considering. Yeah, okay. Let's go for the aggressive slant here since I'm on the play. 4/4 vigilance. Can't really say that that's something I don't want. Now, Loran not being great. One of the reasons I didn't want to play... So, Loran has been a land, and it has also been third Brutal Cathar. Just because of the variety of matches you can face... matchups, I mean, you can face in Best of 1. And Loran being very narrow and what it can hit, obviously. But the fact that I have Harvesters and stuff kind of made me think that... Oh, this is interesting. I don't think I deal with that. Let's not block. What was I going to say? Yeah, Loran can be discarded relatively easily, so I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. It's kind of difficult to really evaluate, because obviously if you can't discard it, then I would much rather have a Brutal Cathar. I think if you're going to go off of what's best on average, I would say just play third Brutal Cathar, and that's going to be about it. That's what sounds about right to me. They might have... Alright, so I'm kind of afraid of Gix's command here. So I'm not going to play this. And I will let them attack. Okay, interesting. I will be able to catch the token next turn, which is going to be pretty good. They deal with my Goblin token, which is surprising. There might be some barking in the background. Sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of background things happening today. Okay. What are they gonna go for now? Just to make sure this doesn't get hit by removal. Okay, they are attacking. Just fine. I'm running out of cards, but I also have a bunch of Serra Paragon, Archangel of Wrath, Gix's Command, Sheoldred, a lot of top end that can really snowball me here. So let's hope for the best. Alright. It's a good target for this. That is, I guess, fine. Start off with this. Keep in mind, I have a lot of reach in this deck with the Archangel of Wrath, so having the edge on the life total is really important. Yeah, the reason I take the draw here is because I feel like I'm pretty far ahead, and I should probably try to lean on that as much as possible. And that extra card puts me a little bit further down the line to actually finding an Archangel of Wrath, which would end the game. It helps them find things like Sheoldred or Cruelty, but there's not really that much I can do about it. I'm probably discarding the Loran if it doesn't hit anything. Alright, very nice. That worked out. That was the first showcase. Being on the play, very strong. Good opening hand. Again, as I said, if everything goes about average, so like you're hitting your land drops and you have spells to cast, this deck is very powerful. Okay, no 2-drop, but mana base, at least. That is something to play off of. Mono blue is not great, but they have no 2-drop. Alright, let's open up with this Overseer. That they probably do want to counter. Oh, they don't? Okay. Interesting. I would have slammed that if I'd known, but okay, they have no play again. So Haughty Djinn plus protection is probably what's going on here. Let's go with... Let's go with the Mirror Breaker, just because they could have a counter spell still, and they chose not to counter this. Yes, okay. It's gonna be tricky since I had no 2-drop. The biggest advantage you have in this matchup is being on the play and having a curve, and I've had neither of those. So, could be a problem. I will have Archangel of Wrath on turn 6 to try to ping this down. I have 2 sack effects. Next turn I have double creature, which is going to be difficult to counter, so they might have to use a protection spell, and then they have to dodge multiple protection spells in a row. Hoping that this actually works out for me in the end. Pain lands aren't helping for sure. Second Jin is annoying. I need a land essentially right now. That would have been good last turn, but not this turn. Okay, that's actually fine. They misplayed. They should have let me take it. That's actually good, so they have to replay that. I can maybe combo Harvester into Cut Down, which could be something interesting as well. And the fact that they don't have a protection spell is good news as well. They could have another counter, though. This is going to be tricky. Overall. Alright, so they only have access to 1 spell here. Ideally, I think I just find the mana to cast Archangel. Okay, they did not keep the creature counter. Very interesting. Which would be good in this case if I managed to find a land. I did. -2/-2 puts us at 3/2. Which is also something that I should consider in this spot. 3/2 can die to Cut Down, which is good. So let's start off with this, actually, which is a better play overall. If they want to protect the Jin, they'll play into my command. And this will get sacked. So. And I'll get some lifelink. There we go. Sacrifice and lifelink. Going on this. Keeping this on blocks is probably the better play. I don't really need the life. I'd rather just not let them attack. And yeah, they had a negate in hand, which is what I guessed when I saw them put the scatter in the graveyard, is that they had a counter, but they didn't need the essence scatter because they are not considering the fact they could have removal tied to creatures as well, which is pretty good. That's annoying. A really good card. Well, thankfully I have this on blocks. Okay, they put the Jin, put another Gaze in the graveyard, which kind of sucks. If they have a bounce spell, I lose, which is unfortunate. They really top decked extremely well there. That Gaze is pretty much ideal. Into another Gaze, obviously. That's also pretty good. This is not a great spot to be in. They need a land and bounce to win. Which would be unfortunate. Let's hope that's not the case. I hope they just didn't hit a land. They've gone through a few lands already. If they don't hit a land, I will just win the game. Okay, interesting. They went for the Hail Mary. Alright, so that's not going to pay off. And then I can just play this to get myself back on board. That was a really close match. They didn't have a great hand early, but their mid game was kind of crazy. Oh my goodness. But honestly, that's not that bad after going through 1, 2, 3, 3 Djinns. And no Serpents in sight, which is really important. Discard 2 Essence Scatters gone. I think I just get back my creatures now and play Bloodtithe Harvester to have a blocker here. And I'll also slap this with a +2. Grab these. Maybe I play Giada. I actually can't play Harvester. It auto taps me out. It's okay. Giada's fine. Five damage in the air. They only have 1 Djinn left. And 4 damage on the ground. And next turn this will be a 4 power, I think. Pretty good. Alright. We managed to win, even though we were not on the play, and even though we did not have a 2-drop, so... Pretty good. Pretty fortunate, for sure. Another matchup where Loran is actually not good. So, I'm definitely considering cutting it, but we don't really have many ways of dealing with permanents other than Loran, so... tricky question. Oh, there we go. This is where the mana starts showing its faults. Okay, that's fine. I'm on the draw, so I will keep Brutal Cathar, I think. Ooh, that is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. That makes me regret keeping this. Unless they have Fable on curve. Okay, it's not Grixis. May or may not be good. Okay, they have Cut Down. That's annoying, but it won't hit Brutal Cathar, so that's not terrible. I do have a Sheoldred coming down in 2 turns. And it's not Grixis, so that's definitely a better matchup than it would be otherwise. I think I just slammed this. Maybe bait out another removal spell. Just trying to be mana efficient here, and this can still hit Rafine, so... There's Rafine. And I will just destroy it because, I guess I can deal with it on their turn. They won't be able to counter it. And that way get the flip as well. I could also just play Sheoldred, force them to remove it, and then potentially just ignore this, which actually sounds like a better play. Since I have another Sheoldred as backup. And they didn't have removal for this. Or they chose not to remove this. And if they want to discard permanents / spells, I mean, then they will not be getting the counter. They will be getting the counter, but they'll be losing a card. And if they don't do it, I can still deal with it the next turn. Okay, that's maybe a little bit annoying. I could just exile it. I could also just flip the Cathar. I exile it and have... actually, they didn't have Gix's command last turn, so why would they have it this turn? They would have just absolutely destroyed me, so... I think playing around it is incorrect. And since I have another Sheoldred, keeping up the pressure here, trying to find a land to push through this. Okay, that's okay. That is okay, I guess. It's more card draw, so more damage for me. And both are discarded. Yeah, okay, they just lost the Sheoldred. Okay, cool. That's why at first I didn't want to play many Sheoldreds, because it's... I hate being trapped as a deck builder into certain cards, into playing certain spells, but some of them are just way too powerful. And I felt like without them I would be losing so much win rate potential that I just had to play at least 2. There should be 3, I think, in the deck ideally, but I can't bring myself to get there. Like, I want to play the other cool spells over Sheoldred, but sometimes you just cast it on 4 and the game ends, you know? Kind of ridiculous. Alright, yeah, okay. This is a good example of the mana base cooperating, and this is pretty much perfect, I would say. Okay, we're against soldiers. We want to play the black-red on 1 because we have untapped white on 2, and we won't take the damage from Go for the Throat unless they have the dreaded B card that shall not be named because I hate it. And I do not want to talk about it. It starts with a T, though. I'll tell you that much. Alright, I don't think we should try dealing with this. I think if they play the flyer, that could be a little bit worse of a situation. Also, I mean, this is still kind of scary, so I will just... yeah, I'll just deal with it now. I don't want to take the damage. Okay, cool. No 3-drop. Fable into Sheoldred. The worst case scenario is they play the 4-drop and then they have Cathar. And I don't find removal somehow, which would be unfortunate. I don't know why they didn't keep that on blocks. Okay, that makes sense. I will end up cutting the second Fable, I think, and a land, I believe. Okay. Let's start off with this card. Sorry if you can hear my... I don't know if you can hear the background noise or not, but yeah, sorry about that. I'll mute myself for a bit. Okay, cool. Sheoldred. There you go. But I was going to win with Gix's command anyways this turn, so... Cool stuff. Alright, here we go again. Oh, there's a loran and 4 lands, which is quite a bit. And one of the reasons I don't want to go to 25. And loran is useless. Okay, cool. I think it's about time we cut this. Because, yeah, again, it might be useful in 1 out of... X amount of matches, I guess, but the risk is higher than the reward, I think, with loran. It probably is just better off being something else, realistically. Oh, that is not a very good play from my opponent. So that is quite good. Get rid of this now. Try to set up the Gix's command eventually. Taking a lot of damage. Actually, wait, loran's gonna be useful. Funny stuff, huh? Very weird interaction there, but I guess not completely useless against soldiers, which is something to think about. That coming back from the graveyard is a little bit annoying. Yeah, I should not block here. Brutal Cathar is a good card. Is it the card I want to cast on this turn, though? Yeah. Effectively removing Thalia from combat is pretty good, I think. Alright, let's see if we can stabilize this with the Gix's command next turn, potentially. Otherwise, I'll just Overseer, which is kind of okay. That's fine. Could also draw, maybe. Oh, I gained 3 life. That's really good. I think the draw is actually more valuable for me than it is for them, right? Trying to think about that. Although maybe not, because I have plays already lined up. That's not what I want to see. That's unfortunate. That is my worst possible draw, I believe. That is my best possible draw on the next turn, though. Yeah, I think not giving them a draw is probably correct, yeah. If I survive this turn, I will win the game. Okay, I don't think that wins, but that is pretty annoying. Actually, it's not too bad. Loran will get the block on this, and it can't... Oh, that's a mistake for them. They should have buffed that. That would put me in a really bad spot. Now I can just not block. Oh, can I not block? I forgot I have pain lands, so I guess I can only ping once, which isn't the worst case, I guess. I wouldn't say it's great, but... kind of annoying. Yeah, I can't, That's one of the faults of the mana base, unfortunately. Let's tone this down. Go to 3. They find a removal spell, I lose, but that's pretty unlikely, I would say. Alright, that's okay. I can only find... okay, now I can actually activate it twice, which makes this a lot easier. And there we go. So a little stumble on the mana, but still made it while drawing 2 of my worst possible spells against Thalia, so that's some good news right there. Giada really doing the work it was supposed to do. Alright, let's part ways with Loran, unfortunately. Is there anything else that can possibly destroy an enchantment, which is mostly what I'm looking for? With an enter the battlefield effect, there is Cathar Commando, which would add another 2-drop to the list, which wouldn't be the worst thing ever. It's that or Brutal Cathar. I feel like the difference between a Loran and a Cathar Commando is not that large, though. Like, it's not that much more mana to pay 1 extra to have the body attached to the destruction and not having to sack. Let's see, destroy artifact. Similar things. What about the exile enchantment? No. Okay, so I think the options are Brutal Cathar, which would give me a better creature matchup. Loran staying in the deck for like mono red. Just to deal with their enchantment thing. And Cathar Commando, which would add a 2-drop, but also have to sack itself. This is a difficult decision, I feel like. But I think the problem is mono red with their 3-mana enchantment is actually a problem for this deck. I have no way of actually dealing with it. But maybe that's okay, because they'd have to draw it in the first place and play it. And I would have to draw my 1 of, so that's not too likely either. Let's go back to 3 Cathar and see how I like it. It's going to be really, really good against soldiers. That's all I can say. And we're facing a decent amount of those. But I don't think the 1 Loran is too bad as long as I hit the matchups for it. So it is tough. It's just really bad against soldiers. Alright, let's try it. Hopefully hit some soldiers and maybe mono red to test it out. See how it goes. Damn. No, this is same situation as earlier, which is kind of unfortunate. This is better but painful. Not too painful, I guess. Oh, there's mono red. Okay. Caves of Koilos is actually better than Loran, but we don't know. Oh, it's okay. Not exactly what I was expecting, but maybe a better matchup or worse. I don't even know. Using the Cathar over the Fable is interesting, but I feel like I should just take the tempo and play my own Fable. Even though this is way worse in this matchup than Cut Down, I think. Since Cut Down can hit the second body from Fable. No discards. Okay, well, there we go. And that's gonna die. Okay, so that's one less removal spell for Cathar as well. But other than that, I need some form of interaction, so I think I'm gonna discard this. That's definitely a form of interaction that will be really useful. All right. Could have discarded Overseer, I think, but chose not to, so I guess we're gonna have to deal with that. That's a good draw. I think I play the Fable in this case and just end up double pinging the... Yeah. Play the Fable. I'm gonna end up pinging both sides of the... Oh, both Kikis here. Hopefully not get punished too hard on this turn, but I kind of have to gamble on this. There's a land. There's an invoke, which is okay. Tough one, huh? I think this Cathar's got to go. I keep the Fable around, yeah. Let's do that. I keep the Goblin token because I have to guarantee that I hit this extra mana. Oh, wow. Oh, this is weird. I don't really care that much about the block, to be fair. And this will be really useful for me. So, yeah, I'm not willing to take that trade. That's a good draw. That actually makes this way better. Because now I get the treasure token, and I can use it to sack one of these. The copy of the Angel if they have another invoke, which I'm assuming they do because they did not discard at any point this game. So they must have another invoke here. Yes, that is correct. Sorry about the dog barking, but not much I can do about it. That is unfortunate, but at least I had some form of counterplay to that. Well, not much to be gained out of this yet. Alright, so that's gonna get exiled, which is unfortunate. I could also just block and then get the Overseer back, but I don't think that's really good. Yeah, this is not very useful in this matchup, unfortunately. I think I still have to just cast this for the sack effect. And just get the stats online. They can sack Bank Buster if they want, but they wouldn't be able to draw, so I wouldn't mind that. Not in a good spot, to be honest. I'm not in a good spot, but hoping for the best here. That's unfortunate that they had an abrade. Otherwise, putting the counters on this would have been more useful. Yeah. Kind of getting outvalued by the 2 Invokes, 2 Fable, and Reckoner Bankbuster to back it up. Which is unfortunate. I need my Serra Paragons. I'm not drawing very well, to be honest, compared to them in terms of value. I have a lot of 4-drops that I have not seen. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't want to go to 25 lands. Not much I can do other than play this and hope for the best. Yeah, pretty good draw for them overall. Double Fable early. The tough one to beat when I'm on the draw. The play draw really affected this game a lot. We had pretty much the same kind of opening power, but their invokes were better than everything I've cast so far. So another Fable is not what I want to see either. That is also not what I want to see. I think I flipped the Cathar, try to get some value out of that. What I could also do is play this and hope for the best, but or really hoping for Serra Paragon like really soon, because that will change the game, I think, potentially. Serra Paragon, get Fable back, discard 2 cards. Nah, I'm not drawing very well. Damn it. If I can't keep up with this unless I drew my own card draw spells, but wow, their deck list is very bad. That's all I can say about that. Too many Bankbusters, very bad on the draw. Very greedy, but it's working since I'm playing a mid-range deck that's less greedy than theirs. I can't really attack into that, fortunately. Well, oh well. The Trespasser also did a lot of work. Yeah, no Archangel, no Serra Paragon. I mean, one Archangel. No Serra Paragon, no Sheoldred. Not any more Overseers, other Fables, more Harvesters. All of my card selection slash value is not anywhere near in sight here compared to them. Oh, there's their other Invoke. One more left, but there's maybe a tiny bit of hope here, but not looking great. Alright, so they're giving me a free flip. To think about what I'm targeting here. If I target Bloodtithe, they can't block. But if I don't target the reflection, I feel like I'm kind of screwed as well. But I have to give myself the option, I think, of attacking. What's my best draw? Serra Paragon? Yeah, I don't want them to have this. This will just destroy my Serra Paragon anyways. I have no choice. pointless interaction there. I could just take the Fable and hope for the best. Because, I mean, if they get the Bloodtithe back, isn't it over anyways? No, I can draw... I can draw Archangel of Wrath and kill this. Oh, well. Could also draw another land. That is pretty unlucky, but... there you have it. I think I'm going to end the video here. It was pretty long run here. Well, not very long, but I'm going to keep these videos short and snappy. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll probably bring you guys more of this deck for sure. Showcase its power in another video. I feel like I've conveyed the strength of the deck overall. And maybe that's convinced some of you to give it a try. I do think maybe we could try to go even heavier on card advantage, but like adding a Bankbuster instead of a Giada or something like that. But that would be so narrow, and it would only work against other players who are being greedy. And the problem is those players are losing to the players who are not being greedy in terms of like aggression. So like soldiers, the mono red decks. Whenever you see like a lot of Bankbusters, a lot of Invoke Despairs, those decks usually lose pretty hard to decks that are tighter built for aggression. But those decks will prey on decks like this that just kind of play a good creature, play another good creature, and don't really have that much burst card advantage that they are playing. So maybe they're aiming for those matchups. Maybe they're not very good deck builders. I don't know. But maybe there's a way we can kind of try to adapt towards that a little bit. Not sure how to do that though. Beating Invoke is not that easy with this deck. Although Serra Paragon is one way to do it. So I'm considering maybe another Serra Paragon, although they can just eat the graveyard. It's a tricky thing. Not really sure what to do against people playing a bunch of Bankbusters. But anyways, enough rambling. I'll see you in the next one.